You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 2. Chill! Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, y'all already know this is the 1 year anniversary of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And once again, I think everybody that tuned in, so what I'm going to talk about is my podcast journey and how everything came together and stuff like that. So doing this podcast was not an easy job, like at all, especially when, you're doing it all alone. No studio, no good audio, just me, myself, and my phone, So originally, the Premiere Bay podcast was supposed to come out first, like around March of 2018, with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, and other members from my team. But things didn't go as planned. We were supposed to do it at a big studio with my big radio station. I think I forgot the name of it, but things didn't work out as planned. All of us couldn't get it together. I couldn't really get the official team on it, so things didn't fall in place. So later, a girl I know, shout out to Miss Queen Libra, she had a podcast show, on Anchor. So I listened to it. So I hit her up, I asked her, how do you get a podcast? She sent me the app called Anchor. And I was like, okay. Because you already know, doing radio and doing podcast is something I always wanted to do for a very long time. But, I didn't do it because, I'm shy. I'm not really good with speaking in front of people. My speech is not perfect. I stutter a lot. I got speech problems. I always nervous about if people gonna laugh at me when they listen to me or not really understand what I'm saying, and so on and so on. But I said to myself, what? Let me give it a try. So I started thinking for a name for it, and the name kind of came into my head because I was planning on building this as my brand name anyway. So I decided to name it MrGentleman Lifestyle. Because that was already a brand I was working on already. My nickname came MrGentleman, so I felt like it fit. And I will tell you another time how I got the name MrGentleman, but that's for another story. So I started doing, I'm gonna call it MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Why not? So I started thinking about the cover art for it, which was the me beep, I call it those cartoon things, that cartoon app. I was using that for it. But, originally, MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast was supposed to come out in September of 2018. But, I keep pushing it back because I was ready. So I pushed it back to Halloween of 2018. Then I put it back in November 2018. Then I put it back to first week of January 2019. Then the next week, then I said to myself when it came to around the date, like, yo, Ken, you gotta release it. Yeah, I'll start releasing it now. You gotta get over your fear of what people think about you, and start planning and start putting it out. So I'm planning episode 0. I was thinking about what am I going to talk about, what am I going to do, how long it's going to be. So I pretty much just introduced myself to the podcast world, and that's pretty much it. So when I finished the episode, I felt like, yo, the episode's too short. I gotta get something else. I gotta add some more stuff to it. So I added some music. Originally, when I first started, the music was only 30 seconds long, and I played it, I still ain't feeling this, I want the music to be longer. So I found a way to how to make the music longer, and that's how I decided to do it, and that's how I did. Episode 0 came out. Everybody was shocked that I started a podcast, because they didn't see that coming. Even though over the years I've been doing a lot of stuff anyway, being a music artist, as me and my team, we had music, and we put out our songs, and we just got to play a Apollo 105, stuff like that. I did promoting, I did spots like Club Rebel, Club Octagon, Studio 21, Taj and Catcher. Been doing it for 8 years. I did the acting, they had 2 off-Broadway shows. Stopped for a couple years because I got this complicated when I went to audition and discouraged when I went to audition. Well, then got back in it. Thanks to my cousin for giving me a role in our short film, and now the podcast, And at that time, I was like, I think I could do it. I don't know if I could do it, but let me give it a try. So episode 0 was released. Everybody liked it. Everybody wanted more. So now I had to think about what I'm going to do for episode 1. So I started planning it, and I came up with the segment called MrGentleman news. I'm thinking something gentleman like that news. I know the first episode of that I would talk about Shetty Starlex situation and other stuff, but then I wasn't feeling it. I scrapped it down the line later. Then I had my special guest. First special guest was my sister, Miss Dale Powell. She had her podcast that released the day after the interview. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give her some good press and put her on the show. And for the first episode, I was nervous. I didn't know what I was to do. But I feel like it came out. It turns out good for the first episode. Then we went to episode 2, which was the Valentine's Day episode. I had to do that episode over twice. The first time I did it, I felt like it was rushed. I felt like it was just me just trying to get it done. I didn't get no place for it. Like, dang, I'm disappointed. So I remember later that day went to work, and I was just thinking about it. What am I going to do to fix this episode? I got home and I said, I got it. So what I did was I opened up more about me. I opened up about my love life, my relationship status, how I feel about love, and stuff like that. And then I released it, and it became a lot better. Got a lot more plays, and a lot more people say that this was like episode 2 was one of my best episodes, which was one of my underrated episodes, which I definitely agreed it was. So episode 3, I also did MrGentleman Like That News again, and I had to scrap this. I was just not feeling it. So that episode I added Mr. Aaron Sands to the show. It was a last minute thing. I needed somebody to be on the show. I was like, I told him, do you want to be on the show? He was like, yeah. So I had him on the show, and it wasn't the best episode. It got better over time, but I appreciate him for doing the call, and I appreciate him for being one of my most guests, for being on my show. I appreciate you, bro. So episode 4 was supposed to be Pam supposed to be on the show for episode 4, but I scrapped her for that guest and saved her for episode 5 because episode 4 it was one of the episodes I needed to get something out of my chest. And I felt like if I was to talk about me more and open up about me more, people would know the more about real. Even though that episode, I didn't feel like they connect the crowd like that. But sometimes you gotta take L's. You just gotta take L's and learn from it. And I feel like that episode was an L for me. No matter how real I was, I feel like I took an L for that episode. So I started replaying it again. Episode 5, I had Pam on the show. Talk about her business. It talk about credit and stuff like that. And I appreciate her for being on the show. She became the fastest growing episode, which became one of my episodes that had the most plays at one point before episode 0 beat her. But it became one of my best episodes. To this day, she one of my best interviewer that I have so far. She definitely a top 5. So episode 6 came around, and I started thinking to myself, where am I gonna go with? How am I gonna go from here? What can I talk about? So I pretty much had a filler episode about listener choice, and I just started planning my next move. What am I gonna do for this podcast? How can I make this podcast grow? What am I gonna do next? So it hit me. Episode 7, I started a segment with my, with Mr. Everson being my wrestling correspondent, where we talk about, WWE big pay-per-view shows, and he would come to the show every here and there, and we'd predict on what's going to happen on that pay-per-view. So the first one was WrestleMania, which was episode 7, And then he came back again for episode 15 for the Royal Rumble episode. No, for the SummerSlam episode. There you go. Then came back again for episode 21 for Survivor Series episode, and he would be back again for the Royal Rumble, which would be episode 26. He'll be back again. So that's how those wrestling's prediction episodes started. We're soon we might have a separate podcast for it soon. I'm not going to hear first, so I don't think he even knows about it, but I'm pretty sure when you listen to the episode, he was like, "Oh snap, yeah." So we get back to that later, but back to the regular timeline. Then we got episode 8 where I had my sisters back on the show. Had Theo and then I had my sister Twana where they talk about the history of their nightlife promotion and they're doing now, which was I like how they opened up on the show. It was a good thing. And then episode 9, I started the countdown show where every end of first half of the season, I would count down the top songs from the previous episodes, and that became a thing. And from episode 9 and episode 18, we have the countdown show. But I remember we would continue about episode 18 later. But so I slowly started getting better with the podcast thing. So episode 10, I have my bro Mally Mal, on the show. He opened up a lot about music and stuff like that. I appreciate him for being on the show. His episode was very underrated, and I appreciate him doing the show. But then episode 11 and episode 11.1 is where I would go into a dark place. Y'all heard those episodes with the Mother's Day episode and with my birthday episode. A lot of events happened around that time. A lot of events, I would go into a dark place. A lot happened. People knew a little bit about it, but people don't know the full story about what happened with me around that time. Like around the episodes, somebody that I know passed away around that time. A good friend of mine. On top of that, I was going through depression heavy. Just wasn't happy with myself and stuff like that. Just started drinking heavier, a lot more heavier than I ever drunk ever. To the point that I broke down at a spot that I worked at, that I promote at. I got a character that I don't usually do at all. And after I realized that, I knew to myself after the episode, I gotta take a step back. I gotta get myself back on track. I gotta figure something out. So I took a break with everything. I took a break with MrGentleman, like the podcast. I took a break with the nightlife. I took a break with everything. I even didn't want to be around people like that. I had no choice to go to work because I needed to make money. Even I hated my job, I needed to go to work. I even canceled my birthday plans around that year. I just didn't want to be around everybody. I was just in the dark place. I was just depressed. I was just going through it. At one time I was dating a girl and I didn't see her in 5 months because I didn't want to deal with it, So around June, I finally came back to my head, and I came back with the episodes. So I already had the whole content plan at the time. I started doing episodes, called the MrGentleman Like That Presents New Music That's Unsigned Hype Fridays, where every Friday I play every new song that came out that day. Also play an unknown artist on my show. That show is short-lived. Y'all can't listen to it no more because I took the old episodes down. But it was short-lived. But shout out to Alvin, shout out to Melly Mel, Billy Bella, Dre the General, Nuke, Justin Allen, Instrument Ty, all y'all for send me. I knew they were supposed to be playing on the show. And that show was short-lived, so after that I had to go back to the drawing board, like, yo, what am I gonna do for the episode? So I gotta come back for the episode. So I remember it was summertime, and I said, I came up with a thing called Summertime Interview All Summer. So I started having special guests on each episode for that year, for the remainder of season 1. And episode 12, I came back with the original MrGentleman like that podcast. Well, I was in between that and music, and I brought Trophy T on the show. My longtime bro, for being on the show. Talk about his brand, and talk about everything that's going on in his life, and that was a dope interview. Then I was full forth after I canceled the Unsigned Hype show. I came back with episode 13 with my bros on the show, David Sands and DJ Retro, where we talk about everything, our timeline, with how we met and how we built our brands and everything coming together. And and I realized after that episode, I knew I had something coming, something going. So episode 13, I had my sister. Episode 14, I had my sister on the show. Sha Bliss, talk about her new book, Life is What You Make It, Don't Make It Life Make You. Get on Amazon now, by the way. That's out. Episode 16, we have the Brown Boom Boom, which was one of my special guests that I did not know personally at all. And honestly, I think I was the most nervous during that interview, completely nervous. One, audio, everything was not going that plan. Everything would keep messing up around on that episode, and I was just messing up. But gratefully, me and her interview was smoothly, and it was a lot better than I thought. So I appreciate her being on the show. Then episode 17 was Miss Molly Page. She an actress. I have a web series out called Mariella. I probably said it wrong as always, but it's on YouTube now. That interview was interesting because we both were shy, but she was shyer than me. But yeah, I probably didn't notice, but she killed the interview though, like in a good way, a major way. And I appreciate her for being on the show at that time. And then we had episode 18 where the Countdown Show Part 2. And that's the episode where I opened up about my depression and mental health, and everybody that listened to the show, they came to like, yo, we appreciate you. They're happy that I opened up about it, and I appreciate everybody that took the time to listen to the show. So as you know, after episode 18, I took a break from the GentlemanLife.com cast, and we started the Premier Boy podcast, for the first two episodes, episode 1 and 2, with myself, with David Sands and DJ Retro. It's out now. Check it out. Episode 5 will be coming back on January 31st, so check it out. So season 2 came out. Episode 18, David Sands interviewed me, and that was my first podcast interview ever. I was nervous because any interview I'll be nervous, and I'm. Since to say every podcast show out there, I'm waiting for y'all to interview me. I'm ready to have some more interviews, so y'all listening, hit me up. So episode 20, we had Shadiqa on the show. Talk about her podcast, Tokyo Ish. One of my best friends. Keep doing your thing. Episode 22, we had DJ Retro on the show. My Premier Boy podcast brother. Long time bro. Episode 23, we had my cousin Nani on the show. Shout out to her. And episode 24 was Felicia White. And episode 25 was Miss Christy Christ. Those two was like, I could say, one of my deepest episodes so far. I felt like both of them, they opened up, and I feel like they opened up a lot, especially Miss Felicia White, opened up about everything going on in her life and her life, and she became a big fan of the show. And I appreciate her for, being on the show. Miss Christy Christ was, my first podcast crossover. And I appreciate her for being on the show too, But I just want to say that, thank you for everybody that tuned in from for the tuning in to listening for a whole year. I know my show is not perfect, I do stutter at times, I do get nervous when I do this, but it's something that I love, and I appreciate everybody who took the time to listen, send me the voice notes, and everything, it's something I want to do, and the fact that y'all ride it with me and like what I'm doing, it means a lot. And it means from the bottom of my heart. And also I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And I know I need a lot more work, but I mean, as long as y'all listening and supporting them, that's all that matters. And once again, thank y'all. And we're gonna continue with the show. I'll be right back.